Thank you to everybody for coming. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. It's an honor for us to have so many people out to honor John on his big day. John has asked his brother Andrew to serve as the MC for our event today. So I'll invite Andrew to come on up. Andrew is just 4 years away from having been up here himself doing this exact same thing. So kind of a special opportunity for him to get to play a different role. So I will turn things over.
Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. My name is Andrew Borders, and today I get to stand before you with a newer title of mine, Assistant Scoutmaster of Troop 194. And today, it is my special privilege to welcome you to the Eagle Scout Court of Honor for John Borders. This is a pretty fantastic moment and very, very worthy of celebration. So I'm thankful that you're all here to celebrate with us today. He's been tested along the scouting trail. He's earned 39 merit badges. He's been involved in service to the community, Boy Scouts, church, and serving as a junior docent at Rockledge Ranch. And he's demonstrated leadership in all of these areas. John's parents and scout leaders have labored long and faithfully to help him develop toward responsible citizenship through the Boy Scout program. And these efforts now culminate in the presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. The success of these efforts, however, will be more importantly manifested in the way this new Eagle lives his life. For he has a duty to uphold the characteristics and qualities of those Eagle Scouts who have preceded him and those who will follow. It is a special order. Thank you to all the friends and family who are here to witness this moment with us this afternoon. Please rise for the invocation presented by Pastor Gordon Wood.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for what you have done in John's life, for his growth and development and maturity. We thank you for the Scouts and for what they represent, for their emphasis on character development, much of which resembles your character of faithfulness, trustworthiness, reliability, honesty, integrity. Father, we know that these are blessings from you, and we have been privileged to see them in John's life. And so, Father, during this service of Eagle Scout presentation for John, we recognize that he has earned this recognition and this award through hard work, through his lifestyle, and through the involvement of many others in his life. We thank you for the privilege of seeing John grow and develop. We ask that all of us would continue to be impacted by him positively in the years to come as he lives not only for you and lives out his faith, but as he fulfills the ideals of scouting in general. And so, Father, it is with joy that we meet here this afternoon with you and with John. We ask for your blessing on this service. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Pastor Gordon. You may be seated. A vital part of the ideals of scouting is represented by the Scout Oath. In it, a scout promises upon his honor to do his best to do his duty, first to God and his country, second to other people by helping them at all times, and third to himself, keeping him morally strong, physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. So, John has selected the scout that he'd like to lead us in the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. Would Cy Chesser please come up and lead us in the Scout Oath?
Scouts, attention. Please join me in the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Please join me in the Scout Oath, Law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2.
Thank you so much, Cy. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and call Mr. Tyler Dahl up to tell us about the journey that John took on his trail to Eagle and the codes of conduct that John has followed during his scouting career.
During the Eagle Scout rank, the highest in scouting, a scout must spend a significant amount of time and effort. It is only fitting then that the formal ceremony at which we recognize his achievement of that rank should be a memorable one. And so this afternoon we follow the Eagle Trail as we recognize the accomplishments of Eagle Scout John Borders. Just as a scout's camping trip may start like a hike, with a hike over terrain of varying difficulty, so began John's journey on the Eagle Trail. John earned the Scout Badge in May of 2016 when he demonstrated he had learned the Scout Oath, Law, and Motto. I will now ask Caleb Dahl to light the candle for the Scout Badge. His new badge didn't stay on his uniform very long, however. He quickly worked through the tenderfoot requirements, memorizing the oath and law, going on his first camp out in Moab, Utah, attending his first summer camp at Peaceful Valley Scout Ranch, and learning basic first aid skills. John earned the rank of tenderfoot in October of 2016. Will Caleb Dahl please light the candle for the tenderfoot badge? I think you might be busy. Just stay there. As he continued to be active in the troop, he learned about nature and orienteering and knot tying. He had to prepare meals on a camping trip, and he learned about good health through physical activity. He climbed to the rank of second class in January of 2017. Caleb Dahl, please light the candle for second class badge. Now John's task grew more difficult. The requirements for advancement became tougher, but the rewards became greater. John learned to be self-sufficient in the outdoors, and he continued to render services to others. He mastered all the basic skills of scouting. He was the troop bugler during his time, and in August of 2017, he became a first-class scout. And he was truly first class. Wyatt Baxter, will you please light the candle representing the first class badge? Just squeeze. The trail now changed character. Advancing in rank now required meeting the challenges offered by the over 135 possible merit badges available. John's selections included swimming, emergency preparedness, and canoeing. The 6 merit badges required for the star rank guided him further along the many subpaths of the Eagle Trail, and he explored careers, hobbies, and items of community interest. Much of the work that he now did involved these merit badges. Through his service, pursuit of personal development, and leadership of his patrol, he earned the rank of star in December of 2017. David Pollard, will you please light the candle representing the star rank? The trail to the next badge of Life Scout was not easy. John was required to demonstrate leadership, serve others, and work hard as he earned at least 5 more merit badges and mentored his fellow scouts. The trail here was a lonelier place for John, for few ever ascend this far. Still, there are no barriers along the trail which a scout cannot overcome. The goal may be difficult, but it can be achieved. For John, he earned the rank of Life in August of 2019. Caleb Dahl, please light the candle representing the Life Scout Award. While the rank of Life Scout is a coveted one, and well-deserved by all who attain it, John kept pursuing the Eagle Trail. Many challenges had to be met and overcome in these last steps. At least 21 merit badges were necessary, including 13 which represent core scouting skills. Some of these badges are very difficult to earn, like personal fitness, cooking, and wilderness survival. John also had to show his superior ability to lead and serve his troop as assistant senior patrol leader and troop guide. In addition to this, John sharpened his leadership skills by attending the new Youth Leader Training, NYLT, in the summer of 2019. Immediately putting these skills into place, he then took on the troop's greatest leadership challenge as Senior Patrol Leader. As Senior Patrol Leader, John faced many unique challenges as the troop moved to an online meeting structure due to the COVID pandemic. For his Eagle Scout project, John oversaw the removal of 7 trees and the planting of 3 new ones here at Faith Evangelical Free Church, which you can see as you come in. The project included the management of 52 workers, many of whom are here today, who performed 192 man-hours of work. Amazing. Only with the greatest persistence and courage can John overcome the last barrier of the Eagles Board of Review and stand upon the highest summit of the trail as an Eagle Scout. Out of the 100 scouts who begin the trail, only 2 arrive on the Eagle summit. The trail does not end there, for there is no end to the Eagle Trail. There is no such thing as a former Eagle Scout. John will continue to walk that trail his entire life and will use his skills as an Eagle Scout to serve those around him. John completed his Eagle Board of Review on 7 December 2021.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dahl. Now, if that didn't already sound impressive enough with the Eagle Project, I encourage you, go ahead and ask John about it, because that is even underselling it. It was a lot of work, and it's a pretty good story. Well, lovely audience, we have a special treat for you. Not only did you just get to hear John's Trail to Eagle in kind of a legend form, but you're also going to get to see it in a slideshow. So this is going to take us from John's earliest scouting experiences and first joining 194 all the way to the freezery last weekend at Hoosier Pass. So whenever we're ready with the slideshow. John has been through some incredible adventures, as you guys have gotten to see. And each one of those photos represents a whole host of stories I'm sure he's just waiting to tell. So not to give you too many instructions to the audience, but you can totally ask John for some amazing stories. I have been super blessed to be by his side for so much of his journey, not just in scouting. And as you guys know, he is amazing. Has so many talents, so much determination, and he's just a blessing. He's really a man after God's heart. So we get to the height of the Eagle Court of Honor, because next up, we're going to get to do the Eagle Charge. And for this, I'd like to introduce Eagle Scout Kevin Weeks, who earned his Eagle Scout with John's father in Troop 525 of Norcross, Georgia. Mr. Weeks will deliver the Eagle Charge.
Mr. Weeks apparently did not quite make it, so I will fill in real quick on it for him here. All right, so John, it is time to to take this moment to give you a chance to really consider what being an Eagle Scout really means on the occasion of your elevation to this highest rank. The foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character he knows. A Scout is trustworthy, is the very first point of the Scout law, for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because his honor is important to him, but because of the vital significance and of the example he sets for other Scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on his home, his church, his troop, and his community. May the white of the Eagle Scout badge remind you always to live with honor. The second obligation of the Eagle Scout is loyalty. A Scout is true to his family, Scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. His loyalty to his troop and brother Scouts moves him to pitch in and carry his share of the load. All of these help to build the loyalty, which means devotion to community, to country, to one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle Scout badge always inspire your loyalty. The third obligation of the Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which men measure themselves and others. To a Scout, bravery means not only courage to face physical danger, but determination to stand up for right. Trusting in God with faith in his fellow man, he looks forward to each day, seeking his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always to show courage. The fourth obligation of the Eagle Scout is to be cheerful, to remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile. The red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to a scroll of the second-class Scout Award, which has its ends turned up in a smile. The final responsibility of the Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up Scouting's trail, just as others helped him climb to Eagle. The performance of the daily good turn takes on a new meaning when he enters a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as protector of the weak and helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and the oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. He will always be prepared to put forth his test. John, you deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest rank, but wear your award with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and Scout Law be your guide for tomorrow and onward. Eagle Scout John Borders, I charge you now to enter formally into the Eagle Scout Brotherhood by saying the Eagle Scout promise with other Eagle Scouts present. Will you come up? And will any Eagle Scouts in the room please come up and join us up front? The words we're going to be speaking will remind you that you will be joined, and that when you join, remind you of those used by you when you join Scouting. They will mean more this afternoon than they could ever ever have in the past. You will be sealing your eternal code, your loyalty, with the code of the Eagle Scout by pledging yourself on your sacred honor. We also have a special guest we'd like to invite in for our Eagle Scout oath. All right. Well, all Eagle Scouts, please make the Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance
To
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations of an Eagle Scout.
the obligations of an Eagle Scout.
I will do my best
I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to make my training an example,
my rank and my influence
my rank and my influence
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship.
and for better citizenship.
In my troop, in my community,
In my troop, in my community,
and in my contacts with other people,
and in my contacts with other people,
to this I pledge my sacred honor as a scout.
to this I pledge my sacred honor as a scout.
Two. Eagle Scouts, thank you for coming up. You may be seated.
Dad, you don't quite get to go far just yet. Mom and Dad, will you please come forward and join John for the presentation of his Eagle Scout Award?
So thank you all for coming. For those that don't know, I'm Larry Nicholas. I'm the Scoutmaster for Troop 194, and I've had the pleasure of working with the Borders for quite a while now, and I have the pleasure of being able to present some of this stuff to John. So when you look at Eagle Scout, you listen to some of the stuff you've heard, a lot about being Eagle Scout. There's a lot of expectations that people have. Right? They expect you to be following the Scout law. They expect you to know all sorts of stuff that when they're in trouble, they can come to the Eagle Scout, right? So all that stuff is inside John, and hopefully he will continue to kind of show that so that when people meet him, they'll know he's an Eagle Scout, right? But often in scouting and a lot of other organizations, there's a lot of external things we use to help identify them as well for people that may not know as much about scouting, right? So John, one of the first things we have is just stay right here in front of your parents. Okay. So the first thing we have neckerchief, right? So we have neckerchiefs that identify Troop 194. So John, we're going to take that away. All right. And we have a neckerchief that represents Eagle Scouts. So you see some of the Eagle Scouts in the audience that will be wearing something similar to this. So John, you guys did a smart thing. So one of the challenges in the Eagle Scout is to figure out how to get the neckerchief slide on. It never really fits really well. But let's see if John's head's small enough to fit this. All right. Now I'll let you put that over his head. All right. Looks good. So, there are other little more formal things that John will wear. So this is the Eagle medal that he's wearing, and maybe that he'd been wearing it if he wasn't in uniform. All right, so Martha, I'm going to ask you if you can put this on over here, put it right there. Now, Jen, you hold these in the back, and when the points come through, just stick those on. That's why we need you in the first aid merit badge. Now, John, the next time we see you, right, So this is the Eagle badge, right? Every rank that the boys get, they get the new badge to put on so we can identify what rank they're at. All right? See, John doesn't get to wear his medal on a regular basis because he's special. He's going to take care of that. He has an Eagle badge that I can put it on with, but you want to make sure you get that. So next time I see you, I want to see that on your uniform. All right? So these are kind of the symbols on the outside, right? The things that let you guys know that John is a scout. You see him walking down the street in his uniform on his way to some scouting event. You'll be able to, you're a flat tire or somebody's having a heart attack. You can yell out, "Oh, Eagle Scout, come help me!" It's not be there. So why don't you step down a little lower? Okay, there's a couple of things that I think you might have picked up on during the presentation. Is this climb to Eagle Scout is not one you do all by yourself, right? Occasionally that might happen, but normally there's a lot of people kind of helping you along, either helping you when you need some help or kicking you in the butt when you need more help. And some of that is the leaders within the scout troop, but very often, it's the parents that make a difference, right? You caring about your son and his accomplishments, showing encouragement and stuff that makes that part of the journey. So, all right, let's see, make sure I get the right ones here. If I don't read them right, great. Okay. Okay. And this one's the background. So no parent wants to be the parent. Oh, down below. So, being a scoutmaster for a long time, it's wearing on my once mentally awake. Yeah, sometimes. All right. So, your mom. You don't always think of moms as being scouting representatives. We have a lot of females that are here helping lead boys, but moms provide a special kind of support and caring and nurturing that has allowed you to make it this far. So, John, I've got a mother's pin. If you will present that to your mom. All right. Oh. Yeah. So John is and Brother Andrew have been very lucky scouts in the sense that Jim has been a continuing participant and supporter of the scouting program. In the years that they've been in the troop, I can always count on Jim to support, whether it's a camp out, no matter how extreme, whether I'm taking him someplace simple like across the street, the Air Force Academy, or some crazy place like in 3 feet of snow at Hoosier Pass. Jim has been there to kind of support those kinds of things and help not only John and Andrew, but all the scouts in the Columbia Force. So, it's kind of a special thing, but I've got a father's pin, and if you will present that to your dad. Thank you. Good, that's just not right. So John is lucky that he also had a very supportive family and his family was here. If you would like to come up, Andrew will help you up here. And when it comes to family, you never know family support. So being able to have some amazing grandparents like you do, you present this to your family. A couple other things is, like I mentioned, sometimes there's other people, not family people, that are part of your life and helping guide you through your scouting environment. So scouts have an opportunity to present some of those members of the troop or other members with a mentor pin. So John has several mentor pins here. And John, if you would like to call up your mentors,
Yeah, and before you go too far, the person I'm going to present is to you. And it's not just for help with the project, but I had the interesting opportunity to be senior control leader during COVID, as you heard a little bit about. And that was a brand new thing for everybody. And so you were a big help in finding out exactly what things could be done and how they should be done and all of that. So the first mentor pin goes to you. All right, so the next mentor pin I would like to give is to Tyler Bell. Mr. Bell has been a big help to me, both with the project and advising and with workforce and labor and equipment supplier and all of that. Also a great friend to spend time with. I've known him through church and other activities, and it's great to have someone you can spend time with for work activities, but also for fun. For the last mentor pen, I would like to present this to Mr. Bill Best. So, you've heard a little bit about my project, and you will have heard a little bit about how you haven't heard the half. But Mr. Best was half the project, or more. Definitely necessary. He was the one who presented it as an idea, and I definitely needed him through the whole process, through administration and helping when it came to actually doing the project. So thank you very much.
So before we begin, I have to teach me this thing. Just so you guys know, right, I'm not going to bother handing you to John, but up here John also has his Eagle Scout certificate and also a certificate from the National Eagle Scout Association. This is an association of Eagle Scouts across the country with all sorts of opportunities for scholarships and just cross communication and things like that. So I'm really proud to have this stuff here for you, John. One last one, because Mr. Nicholas can never pass up a few moments to tell a few stories. So one of the things you might have noticed, all you guys that know John probably recognize this, right? So you see those pictures, John started out, he was this tall. And one of the joys of being a Scoutmaster and having a chance to work with these boys is you get to see them grow from that tall to this tall. So those are the kind of things you expect Scouts to grow through scouting, and then the most obvious part is the physical part, that they've gotten, 2 feet taller, broader and bigger and all that kind of stuff, right? But the real important part about scouting and the growth that happens to them is kind of the stuff that happens inside, right? And so I watched John from when he was a beginning scout to more recent days of his scouting career, and John was not always the most patient young man. John was very, very single-minded. He knew what he wanted. If it didn't go exactly his way, he wasn't too happy about it, right? And I have seen John go from pouting in the corner, because it's not going, these guys aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, to being able to take his first group of scouts and turn them into a team in 5 minutes. And it's really been amazing to watch the development, John, that you've gone through. I think that one of the things that's a sign of somebody with a real future is the fact that you're stubborn enough to run into brick walls, and you're stubborn enough not to stop running into brick walls until you figure out a way to get around that brick wall. And I think that is a life skill that's going to serve you forever, and you're going to do great things. So I really appreciate you look at the things that I think of every time I think of John. When it came to doing knots, we're trying to teach knots, the basic skills of scouting to all these guys. Half the scouts are trying to figure out how to make it work. Most of the adults are trying to figure out how to make it work. John's doing it behind his back and monkey fists and waggles and all sorts of stuff like that. On top of that, when we went to summer camp last summer, was a great example. John was the oldest scout there. He jumped right in. I mean, we were waiting for flag ceremonies, and John had him doing games, and we had him singing, and he was doing all sorts of stuff. I did exactly what Scoutmaster was supposed to do. Just let John do it, and he took care of it. I think we have great hopes. You know, you talked about just kind of fly on. You've been doing flying lessons and stuff, right? One of the things, annoying or not, is John's never there without a paper airplane. So he's spending most of the meetings looking out the side of my eye, time to dock and avoid the next airplane that comes swinging by. But, you know, he keeps making them, he keeps trying them, making new ones, coming up with something different. Again, I think that really shows your persistence and your willingness to kind of just keep going until you get what you want. And I think that's great. So thank you for the opportunity.
So John's own grandfather, John Frederick Borders, has sent an item to be presented to John with recognition for the United States Marine Corps League.
Here. All right, so the Marine Corps League is an association of those who have been part of or are currently part of the United States Marine Corps. They're a group that is dedicated to community service, and your grandfather is part of the Nittany Leathernecks, which is the local chapter in Center County, Pennsylvania. The local chapter there has found a way to incentivize young men to finish up their Eagle Scout by providing a symbol that is very dear to the Marine Corps, which is the K-bar. And so this K-bar has been sent from your granddad. It says to John B. Borders, Eagle Scout, dated December 7th, 2021, when you finished it. Engraved on the other side as notice that you are Troop 194's 100th Eagle Scout. And so safely returning it to some place where neither one of us will cut ourselves. On behalf of your granddad and the Marine Corps League, there you go.
And yet another organization wishes to recognize John for his achievement here. The Military Order of the World Wars is a patriotic, nonpartisan veterans service organization dedicated to promoting patriotism, civic responsibility, public service, and leadership in our nation's communities. The MOWW chapters support the Boy Scouts of America by recognizing scouting excellence by presenting MOWW's Eagle Scout Certificate of Recognition. To present this certificate, I would like to invite Troop 194 Assistant Scoutmaster, Mr. Kerm Neal, to come forward, and here he is.
And Mr. Steve Shamlock, also Troop 194 ASL, and also the chapter commander of the World Military Order of the World Wars. So John, we have this nice certificate for you, just to read off. It says, Military Order of the World Wars Certificate of Recognition, presented to John Borders for his dedication to the principles of the Boy Scouts of America, as evidenced by his achievement of the Eagle Scout Award, thereby identifying him as a scout fully prepared to assume all the rights of citizenship in the service of his God and country. Thank you very much.
John will now give his Eagle response.
I began Cub Scouts as soon as I could, and I was very motivated by seeing the accomplishments of others. When I finally joined Boy Scouts, I saw even more awards and ranks I could achieve. When it came to earning an Eagle, I definitely needed some encouragement or even pushing to get here. For that, I would like to thank everyone who helped me along the way. Friends, Scoutmasters, fellow Scouts, they all helped me get here. Of course, none of this was possible without the people of Troop 194. I've had some wonderful experiences with all kinds of different events. I've rock climbed with Mr. Postma. I've canoed with Mr. Steiner. I've shot a rifle with Mr. Robinson. I've discovered arches, traversed canyons, crawled in caves, cleaned up neighborhoods, planted flags, collected food, sailed the Florida Keys, backpacked into backcountry, hiked 14ers, ice climbed, dug snow caves, and so much more. The majority of the merit badges I have earned have been at summer camps. These require scheduling, money, and adult volunteers. Without the scoutmasters of this troop, those fantastic camps would not have been possible. I've also earned merit badges at meetings taking place before troop meetings. There, I learned chess, citizenship, and cooking. These required people to take time out of their day to teach me these things, and I am very grateful. I have held many leadership positions in the troop: patrol leader, bugler, skills trainer, troop guide, scribe, and your senior patrol leader. With all of these positions, but most of all with SPL, I needed advising. My Eagle project was quite a challenge. Thank you to everyone who was able to put in a few hours of work for me and this church. Your work can be seen right outside. I needed a lot of planning and assistance and advisory. With all the special knowledge and equipment required, there is simply no way I could have done it all on my own. I have some advice for people currently in Scouts, whether you just joined or whether you've been in Scouts for many years. Take advantage of all the opportunities you are presented with. Go camp, hike, canoe, backpack. Try something you've never done before, because you never know what might pique your interest. Thank you all for coming here today. Your mentoring, support, and friendship are why I am here. Thank you.
I would now like to ask the color guard to retire the colors.
Scout, attention. Color guard, attention. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, prepare to retrieve the colors. Scout, salute. Color guard, retrieve the colors. Color guard, about, face. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. 2. Color guard at ease, Scout at ease.
I now declare this Eagle Scout Court of Honor for John Borders closed. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the formal part of our Court of Honor. We invite you to extend your personal congratulations to John and join us for some refreshments.